Well, we're going to talk about a different kind of poetry now because Michel Emond is here. And Michel, we are talking about the World Bank today, right?
Yes, sir.
Michel's singing to a whole nother tune.
Facts.
Yeah, facts. Okay, where do we start?
Well, we'll definitely start with my logo.
Okay, we're going to show the first graphic here. And Michel, we're just going to make sure everybody understands this here. And we're going to say that what you're doing is you are suing the World Bank.
Exactly.
Right?
And I have a letter to prove this.
Right. Okay. So this is your logo here now, 30th Century Solutions.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Well, like I mentioned on our last show, there's only one way to stop wars and poverty, and that is to put the World Bank out of business, including the bondholders. And today I'm going to explain why no one has challenged the World Bank at the International Court, at the International Criminal Court.
Before you get to that, can I ask you why?
Yes.
Why is suing the World Bank, why is putting them out of business going to solve all these problems?
I'm coming to that at about 10 minutes from now.
Okay, great.
Okay.
First I have to show my facts and then...
All right.
Now, I'm about to do something that everybody wants to do, but they do not want to do it.
So you're saying a lot of people really would like to sue the World Bank, but for whatever reason, they're just not doing it.
Exactly. So what I have to do is I have to subpoena many organizations, and I'm entitled to do so.
Okay.
So we'll definitely go with the letter, James.
So this is the letter from the World Bank that was sent to you.
Yes.
Right?
Correct. The letter clearly says that the decision to proceed will be considered if new facts and evidence provide a reasonable basis to believe that a crime within the jurisdiction of the court has been committed. So the letter clearly says that.
So
Okay.
you sent them something and they said, Michel, we're not interested unless you have further information.
Well,
And this is what this letter says.
exactly,
Okay.
that's exactly what it says.
Okay.
And the letter speaks for itself.
Okay.
And people can blow it up and read it for themselves.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And we're definitely going to proceed with the next document, the 142 organizations.
Okay, so what is this document exactly, Michel? 142 organizations.
This represents my court case. There are 142 organizations that says the World Bank is unfit to manage this fund. First of all, they argue that the funds would conflict with other funds. And the reason they're saying this is very important now is that the group who put up the money keeps the credits. This would include surveys of current forest assets, including lumber and minerals. Now, there's been a lot of this has been going on for a little while now.
So
there's been people who wrote books on this, but the thing is they never finished the job.
So basically these 142 organizations, if I understand this correctly, they're basically saying the World Bank has this World Carbon Forest Fund project and it's smoke and mirrors.
Well, I'm going to explain that right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
okay.
great.
Okay, also the 142 organizations also claims that the World Bank continues to finance environmentally destructive projects
Okay.
and policies, and that they are unaccountable.
Okay. So that's
Now-
smoke and mirrors. Basically
now-
that's what that is.
If one death occurred because of this, I
Okay.
have a case.
Okay.
So as of today, it's very important for me to subpoena the World Bank and the president and its directors to appear at the International Criminal Court,
Okay.
including the 142 organizations I just mentioned.
Okay.
We're definitely going to go with the next document, the pre-trial documents. And we need to carefully have a look at this because this
Okay.
is going to explain what I'm about
Okay.
to do.
Okay.
So people don't get this now, but can you just explain it for
Okay.
everyone?
We have, we'll be entering pre-trial at the moment.
Okay.
Now, there's 5 judges who are in charge of that. We have 1 judge from Germany, one from Botswana, 1 from Brazil, Italy, and Bulgaria.
Okay.
These 5 judges will determine my statement of claim. It's what it's called.
Okay.
Now, even if they disagree with what I say, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to appeal their decision. We have 5 judges that I'm going to describe who they are right now. And I do like my chances here at the appeals, by the way.
Okay.
And the judge from who are in charge of this is 1 from Uganda,
Okay.
1 from South Korea, the other one from Latvia, and the other two are from Finland and Ghana.
Okay. Okay.
Now, this is very important because this will take me to my trial.
Okay.
And no matter what happens, I'm guaranteed at least one day, no matter what happens.
One day in court.
100% one day.
Okay. Okay.
So, do you have a question by any chance?
Yeah, I want to ask. So when you say your subpoena, you're going to send a subpoena. It's the 142 organizations, or some of those organizations you're subpoenaing?
Thank you very much for asking. This will be also including the 142 organizations that signed the petition, and also the World Bank directors and shareholders.
Okay.
Now, also, I have to include the bondholders and the investors and the market, because I'm going to explain that right now.
So you're including all facets of this whole machine.
I'm about to
Okay.
explain why right now. So on June 1st, I will send my statement of claim to the International Criminal Court, the 18 judges there, to notify the court that I will be demonstrating this on my Ustream channel in Vancouver on June 21st, because that's where I have to demonstrate the letter that I'm going to send to the courts, because I'm looking for death records.
Okay.
Now, usually what happens first, and if they wish to remain anonymous, they can email me from an internet cafe.
Okay. Okay.
So, just so they know. Now, for the last 40 years or so, the World Bank profited $200 billion on interest, principal, and penalties. And this is how they get the money to do what they want, and like the Forest Carbon Fund project and other projects that they do in particular. Now, so on October 11th, a very good friend of mine, emailed all the directors of the World Bank.
Okay.
On October 11, 2011, they have been properly notified. And now that the 142 organizations have been notified, and by email too, class members have all been properly notified, and I will charge the World Bank for conspiracy against peace. Document 16 sub A in the ICC Charter, Chapter 15 Part C, refers to crimes against peace, and I will prove that the World Bank is and its shareholders are behind wars and poverty.
Okay.
And any lawsuit that comes my way is invalid until the 18 judges have come to a final conclusion about the Forest Carbon Fund project.
So you mean, when you say lawsuit, you mean if they want to sue you for any reason, to try and deter you, to try and to get you off track?
That's right.
Okay.
That will be invalid until the courts have determined the last.
Okay. Okay.
Until they say so.
Okay.
So now I am the representative for this case, and I'm going to answer that question you asked a minute ago.
Okay.
Because I've been looking around, and nobody wants to take the job. But there are many organizations that say this and that about the World Bank, and I've approached them. But I went to speak at 2 universities in Toronto, and there were 3 speakers that were supposed to be there, but they decided not to appear because they didn't want to be involved.
Politics, right?
Well, they had a claim against the World Bank too.
Okay.
So basically, I'm going to do their dirty laundry is basically what I'm about to do now.
Okay.
So what you're saying is there's a lot of organizations, people that would like to take the World Bank to court, but you're standing up and you're going to take the job.
That's exactly what I just said.
Okay.
Because it's not like you're, it's a tough job. I mean.
No, not really. First of all, I am looking for death records resulting from the Forest Carbon Fund project, and there are many. Believe me, I will get many of them.
How do you know that, Michel? How do you, like, I'm not questioning, but how would you know that?
I'm about to answer that right now. There are many people like that wrote books about this. I'll give you an example.
Okay, I see.
Because the first thing that usually happens first is the bondholders, the investors, they usually move in. And they build hotel resorts and stuff like that. And then they leave, and then they pretend they try to create jobs. Then, meanwhile, they're the ones who actually started this global recession.
Okay.
And then, when the country borrows from the World Bank, they also lose the water and the hydro revenues, which is in the hundreds of billions of dollars. That's because they can't keep up with the interest on the debt. Simple as that.
Okay.
So the World Bank lends to countries,
Many.
And as collateral or
Payment.
protection against loss, they take the rights to collect these revenues or take over certain assets in the country?
Especially minerals, the water rights, and
Now,
hydro.
now, when a country is at the state where they actually go to a World Bank, they're pretty desperate. Correct? Is that right?
Well, there's about, I'd say, a third of the countries are under
Okay,
World
so,
Bank's,
so they have no choice because basically, if you say you're going to feed me, I'll give you whatever you want.
and
So they're held
everybody-
prisoner.
And everybody who's been to the International Criminal Court knows what you just said.
Okay.
So basically, so far so good. My court case still holds, and
So this is not a fair system.
well, either way, we're going to get to the last document right
Okay.
now,
Okay.
and which basically proves everything about that I just said. And this is very important document coming up.
Okay.
Okay, so what is this document here?
Now,
Sure.
this is the Poznan Declaration. This is the declaration that 142 organizations sign
Yeah.
to let the whole world know about what's going on. But the thing is this.
It's like the world versus the bank, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, since for the last 2 years they've been talking about this, and nothing's changed. You know, things are still going on, and so what they did is three things in particular. They claim that the World Bank is a major climate polluter. They said that the World Bank is a major deforester, supports industrialized logging and violating the rights of indigenous people all over the world. And the Chad and Cameroon pipeline has destroyed many, many human lives. So right off the bat, I will find my death
Okay.
records
Got
here.
it. Okay.
And this is where they signed that declaration.
Okay.
And this here, well, I won't have a problem getting proof about what I just said.
So the problem is getting the information.
Well, I have to subpoena them,
Yeah.
and when they appear in court, they can't lie. So if I subpoena you to appear,
Yep.
and they say their story, and I ask them the questions, the first thing they can do is lie. And there are many, many. The death documents will prove exactly what they've been trying to do for the last 2 years, and they basically didn't think I would go this far.
Yes. Because
You know?
nobody has to this point.
And do you have any particular questions at the moment? Because
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Do you have a couple of names of some of those 142 organizations, just to give us an idea as to who those they
the
are?
142 organizations are listed on that list over there, and I know I don't have a lot of time to finish what I
Are they
have to do.
environmental organizations, oh Michelle? Like what? Who
Well,
are
they're
they?
all on that list, the
Okay.
Poznan Declaration.
Can we get a copy? Can people see that document?
All they have to do is put Google Poznan Declaration.
So you're not. It's not on your website yet.
All that everybody's on that list.
Okay.
Because I have a few things to say, and I know
Okay.
I have a
Sure,
Okay.
we got about 10 minutes
Okay.
at the most, Michelle.
Okay, so that's good. So in that case, do you have something in particular you want to ask me?
No.
I'm okay.
Besides, okay,
Just let us know. We want to
Because-
hear it.
Okay, that's good. Now, for the last, I didn't start this yesterday. First of all, it took me 2 years to get this letter,
Okay.
the first one, and so I didn't think I would go this far to begin with. And now that there's only a few little things to do, all I have to do is subpoena the World Bank and the 142 organizations. And now that that's done, there's only one thing left, and that's to notify the courts. And on June 9th, I'm going to do that on June 9th, and everything is notified and properly done. Because if I don't follow the rules, they can just throw my case out of court.
Okay.
So now that that has been done,
Is there a reason it's June 9th?
yes, there's a reason.
Okay.
Okay. Now I didn't come this far to lose this case.
No. No.
So I had to decide a couple of years ago how to proceed very carefully, and I proceeded very carefully, and I'm going to explain on June 21st the letter that I'm going to send to courts, so that everything is, the only thing left is a court date starting the day after June 9th.
Okay. Okay.
So I predict a court date around August, September of this year.
Do you think it'll be that quick?
Oh yeah, of course, it will be that quick.
Okay.
Because first of all, the first question I'm going to ask the World Bank lawyers in the courtroom is I want to see the transfer papers where they got the funds, the money for the funds for the Forest Carbon Fund project. And this will tell me exactly who is involved and what particular group it is, because it is admissible in the court, including all death records. I also want to know what the 160 million indigenous people have to say about this Forest Carbon Fund project, and who is involved in the surveys that that the credits, and who is behind these credits.
Okay.
This will be bondholders, investors, and I want their names. So I'm entitled, and I will be asking those questions. Those are the first thing I'll be asking the lawyers of the World Bank the first 5 minutes I'm in court that
So
day.
you're looking for transparency here.
Well, not just that. I want answers and I want names, and I'm going to ask the 142 organizations to verify if the World Bank lawyers or directors are telling the truth. That's what happens when you go to court. They say this, and I examine their answers, and then I can subpoena anybody to challenge their answers.
Okay.
Basically, that's how it's going to go.
Okay.
Now, according to my spy page, I'm getting a lot of interest in this, mostly corporations and bankers, and a lot of nonprofit organizations.
So when you talk your spy page, you mean on your website you're finding out who's checking your
watching
information out.
and this
Okay.
and that. It's very important, and also they have a spy page too, and they know that I know that too.
Okay, so it's like the behind the scenes.
Exactly, that's exactly what
Maneuvering.
it is.
Okay.
And
Okay.
as of today, I came to Toronto, and I thought I would find a few organizations. I've been here a year and a half that would stand behind me, but they decided not to because they didn't think I would go this far. And a lot of organizations say many things,
Yes.
and then when the time comes, they simply ran away.
Yes.
But I am entitled to subpoena. So that's the key to everything. If you're going to go to court, you go there to win.
Right.
You don't go there to lose. So I did my homework, I did my research, and I'm ready to go. And I'm going to go to win, not to lose.
Your determination is awesome.
Well, it has nothing to do with determination. It's just the fact that I know that all this is very true. And when the time comes, many people will come to true. I was told if I proceed with this interview today, many people will step up when the time comes. There's a few people waiting for me in Vancouver about a week from now, and they're watching this interview. They're hoping to see the documents on TV,
Yeah.
and then on the monitor. Now that I've done that, I will have a lot of support waiting for me, and there's a few people that I can't mention their name at the moment,
Okay.
but on June 9th, they will be beside me in Vancouver.
Okay.
The thing was to get this interview out of the way to proceed with the last step.
Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, Michel. Is there anything else you need to let people know about today?
Well, basically, I think I got everything covered. Is there anything that you would like to elaborate on, anything at all?
Did we show all the documents?
Well, we basically did.
Did we show them long enough?
Yeah,
Okay.
we did. So
Okay.
people can go and review and read those documents and see them?
Next steps are the June 9th and then the 21st.
Live on my Eastern channel on 30tcs.com.
Okay. Now, and you expect to go to court in September?
August to September.
Now, are you actually going to go there, or are you going to Skype in, or how is
Well-
that going to?
Well, I'm going to demonstrate the letter that I'm going to send on June 9th, and that letter will go directly to the International Criminal Court, and that as soon as they receive the letter, I automatically enter pre-trial, and then
Okay.
they have to give me a decision
Okay.
within a month or two.
Okay.
And then whatever the decision is, I have to write to appeal.
Okay.
And at that moment, that's when I get a court date no
Got
matter
it.
what
Okay.
happens.
Okay.
And there is also one thing I would like to say
Okay.
to the World Bank directors and 18 judges at the International Criminal Court. The ICC has three main classes of offense: genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes, guilty of association.
Okay.
This is not an international matter. This is an international criminal court matter.
Okay.
Now, there has been many deaths in riots in tiny communities resulting from this forest carbon fund project. All I have to do is prove this.
Okay.
And the 18 judges at the International Criminal Court in the 142 organizations have to consider that there has been many new wars lately.
Okay.
And the Forest Carbon Fund project that is involved in these new wars that a lot of people do not see or hear about. So therefore, it is open to arguments.
Okay. Okay.
And basically, I think I covered everything I really
Okay.
wanted.
Wow.
But thank you very much.
Okay, so people, of course, can stay in touch with everything that you're doing,
Yes.
including all this, at your website, 30tcs.com, 30tcs.com,
Yes.
right?
Thank you very much. And on June 9th is the last step before I enter the courts.
That's where you notify the courts.
June 9th on my Ustream channel.
So you're going to do that. People can see that
Yes.
on your website.
Yes.
June
and,
9th.
And that will be the last step before I enter pretrial.
All right.
Michelle, thank you for taking this on behalf of everybody who wouldn't take it on.
And thank you very much for thatchannel.com for the chance to give me speak freely.
Well,
And
Yes.
it's our pleasure.
No smoke and mirrors here.
May justice prevail.
Oh my
Only one way to find out.
I feel like such a nerd. Oh my God. I can't believe
I don't even know what
just
that
did
is.
that.
It's not an alien symbol.
Is it
It's
like,
just something that
is
I'm
it like,
doing.
like a mind meld or something?
May justice prevail. Michelle,
Okay, I hope so.
thank you for doing this on behalf of
Thank
everybody
you.
who is seeking justice.
Good
and
luck. We'll
Okay,
be
thanks.
following.
yeah, we'll be
Maybe we
absolutely.
can have you coming on again to give us an update.
Maybe thatchannel.com can film me live on my Ustream.
Well, I'll tell you what, we can Skype in from Vancouver, wherever you happen to be, and
That sounds good.
we
Sounds
look forward
excellent.
to doing that.
And then if you actually end up going to the actual World Bank, we could maybe send you to go with you.
I would go because it's
Yeah.
where is that? Is it in
The Hague.
The Hague, which is
Yeah.
not far
So you
from
notice how I
Amsterdam,
volunteered you?
which I've never been to Amsterdam.
Okay. Oh my, you have never been to Amsterdam.
I've never been to Amsterdam.
Well, I think you should take your friend Nick with you. You guys will have an awesome
We
time.
just might,
Lots of poetry reading over there.
apparently. Okay. All right, Michelle, thanks for doing this today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandra.
Michelle.
Are we doing the high
Awesome.
five?
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Okay, so thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow at noon for more Liquid Lunch right here on thatchannel.com. See you then.
That's your poetry voice.
Stop putting out my fire. I'll only light it again. I carry a torch for the love of music. I'm not gonna let you blow out the flame. Overloaded insecurities. It's got to be your only excuse. I got something to offer. I ain't gonna let you lose it. Light my fuse, get out of the way. I want your gasoline, not your water. Light my fuse, you force me to choose. Well, things are only gonna get hotter. Spontaneous combustion. It's about to explode. Flashpoint high intensity. Don't you know I love my